Okay, next up is sex and relationships.
You're more likely to be congratulated for having lots of sex rather than shamed for it or called a slut. Hold on. The average male usually gets congratulated for winning a world record in sports, living the longest, or making the most construction works. But having lots of sex, what kind of society praises men for sex? You're not judged as a slut even for things unrelated to your sex life, like the way you dress or how conventionally attractive you are. What exactly does that mean? You're not judged as a prude for making your own choices about who you don't want to have sex with. How exactly is this a male privilege if men are called oversexed? You're not taught that your sexuality exists only for other people, or stigmatized for masturbating. Wait, we women can masturbate. Keep in mind that Benthicott is using 4 different characters for each section. Each one is connected to either a comic or his imagination. The media, popular sex advice, and normative definitions of sex focus primarily on your pleasure, especially if you're cisgender. To be honest, I don't really get this one. School sex ed, religious values, and other pervasive sources of sexual norms don't treat your gender as more dirty, impure, and undesirable for losing your virginity. Really? You're gonna pull that women are portrayed as sex objects card at men? You don't see men telling you that you're not seen as idiots or morons, do you? Most pornography is made with your gender in mind, and it creates some pretty damaging ideas about women and other genders. Like what? You can be open about enjoying sex without people feeling automatically entitled to having sex with you. And this is a male privilege because you can make changes to your appearance like a haircut or dye without assumptions that you're doing it for men. Aside from YouTubers, not many men out there have changes in appearances. People don't assume something's wrong with you if you don't want to get married, or insist you must be lying and warn you that time is running out. How do you go from sex to marriage? Oh, right. You're not expected to change your name if you get married or questioned if you don't. Wow, sounds so strict for women. Products like Viagra exist with the aim of helping cisgender men maintain their sex lives as they get older, and social norms congratulate you for doing so. There is far less support for women to continue being sexual beings as they age. Cisgender men aren't the only ones who take Viagra. All men do. Besides, why are men getting congratulated for taking penis pills? When you think about it, it's unhealthy and can cause health problems. You can be expressive about your sexuality in conversation, art, music, and more, without people accusing you of using your body to get by. Is this why the media favors men as far as sexuality goes? You can participate in kink, BDSM, and other alternative sexual practices without being judged as a slut or facing assumptions that you're not in control of your own sexual choices. A bit too aggressive towards your issues as to how women are seen as on the media, don't you think? You can be non-monogamous without people judging you for going against your gender's nature. What exactly does that even mean? If you're in a relationship with someone of another gender, you're not expected to do more emotional labor in the relationship. Not true. Men are doing as much emotional labor as women are. Getting married to someone of another gender doesn't mean more domestic labor for you. Studies show that husbands add an average of 7 extra hours of housework a week for their wives. Then why is it that men are expected to help out with the housework if they add 7 extra hours for the wives during marriage? Part 3 will focus on gendered harassment and violence. Don't get left behind.